Hey guys, really valuable quick video to start your week, even though it's Tuesday. So this is the time of year where it's easy to get into that summer lull. Like maybe you have a vacation coming up in a week or two and you're thinking more about that than the patient in front of you or your practice focus. Maybe you just came back from a vacation and you are still thinking about that. So it happens to us all. And what I saw this morning was I was doing a Skype screen share recording with a sales rep of a piece of assessment diagnostic tool that really wows a patient. And so I was doing a demo with them to share with doctors. And I couldn't believe how unenthusiastic he was about his service, about his product. You see, a lot of times, if you're not as enthusiastic about what you're offering, why would the person on the other side of the screen or table be? No different in your chiropractic consultations. Whatever you're feeling inside, that patient's gonna be feeling. So if you're feeling hesitant about what you're recommending, if you're feeling unsure, if you feel like, I don't like saying these words, that patient's gonna get a feeling of, I'm unsure about this chiropractor, or I'm unsure about this service, or I'm unsure about going forward. Whereas if you're enthusiastic and inspired, you're gonna get them enthusiastic and inspired about whatever you're talking about, even if they don't understand it. So what I found was I was more enthusiastic about this person's equipment and service than he was. How do you think that comes off to the viewer? So here's what I share. Here's something that I remember sharing just last weekend at the 2-day training in San Diego. At a certain point in your consult where you're going to share about what you're looking for in your exam, you need to be interested, enthusiastic about what you're going to find. Otherwise, what does that patient care? So if it's all about chiropractic, it doesn't really make sense to them when they're struggling with a real issue that's messing with their life. So you got to be careful of where you're putting that enthusiasm. Is your enthusiasm purely about subluxation, curve correction, whatever other assessment or diagnostic measures you're looking at? Or is it enthusiasm for the difference chiropractic may make in their life and what that's going to look like? You see the difference there? There's one for enthusiasm for you and what you do and what you're passionate about, and the other enthusiasm is for what the patient should be enthusiastic about. Now, most people aren't walking into your clinic enthusiastic about your exam or your care because they're in pain. They're stressed, they're nervous, they're in a sympathetic state. By you displaying enthusiasm, it will help generate it in them for them to want your exam, want to get care if you feel you can help them. And here's a great way to do it, especially after we've done 3,000 consults. We've become scripted. We're just going through the motions, and we're not connecting as well as it could be with that patient, or that summer lull has hit, and we're thinking about the vacation instead of the person in front of us when that's the first time they have the chance to find out what you can do, the difference it could make. Even though it may be the 3,000th time you've explained it, it's got to be like the first. So here's a great way to bring that enthusiasm and that passion out, is think about when you decided to become a chiropractor. Whether it was 11, 21, for me it was around 20, in the middle of undergrad, when I discovered it, when I found it. Whatever it was to you, think about how you explained it to maybe your parents or your best friend, the closest people in your life at that time. Guaranteed there was a level of passion and conviction. Even if they didn't know or understand anything you were saying, they could feel that. And I guarantee there's a level of that that's dropped now 10, 20, 30 years later from that day, from that year when you discovered it and you got hit with that chiropractic arrow. So think about when you're describing what you're looking for in your exam, the difference it can make for that person. Are you bringing that same level of excitedness, passion, inspiration, without being culty, without being weird, because you're making the passion and excitement about the difference it's going to make in their life, not about what you know, and it'll take a patient 4 years to understand. Big, big difference. So anchor too. that feeling from 11, 15, 20, whenever it was, that you found chiropractic and you know this is how I want to help people make a difference in the world and have a great career doing this, can you share it with that excitement and that enthusiasm for the patient's end results, even in the midst of summer, thinking about vacations coming up, any other drama that may be going through in life, because if you're human, there's drama going on, can't avoid it. But when you're with that person, remember, they're in pain, they're nervous, they're in a sympathetic state, they don't know what's going on. And if it comes off like it's your 3,000th consult, you're just going through the motions, you've said this 1,000 times, let's get it over with. Because I see this happen with great doctors who have the best intent, but because they've done it 2,500 times, it comes off like they're going through the motions. Detach from that. Be excited and passionate and enthusiastic about the difference it can make in their life. And watch how much easier and quicker they listen to you, understand you, or accept what you're talking about, even if they don't understand, want to tell other people about you, and want to say yes and get started, regardless of what their insurance contract unfortunately says. Thank you, Catherine, for the message. I will be on later, most likely, otherwise tomorrow from Central Park, probably. So stay focused, be great. You need anything, I'm a message away. More great videos at patientmastery.com. All right, be well, guys.